Hi, Mark. How's it going today?
Great. How are you doing?
Good. I got through my COVID Christmas and had a fantastic new year. I'm excited for 2024.
I know, same here. I was a little under the weather, but it was great to just not do anything for a while. But ready for
Yeah, I guess not by
2024.
choice. I was just talking about how incredibly committed you are to. So, Nurse Disrupted became a HealthX portfolio company last March. We're so excited. You've been backing our company since the very beginning as a personal investor. And I think something that's incredible I know 2023 was really hard for early stage companies. 2024 is looking great. And, you've been in healthcare for so long. And I think two things at the same time. One is how hard you work for us in the portfolio companies, just growing us, in regards to what we're doing and making this incredible ecosystem that's the HealthX portfolio. I don't know. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it because I've seen you at Vive, I on hour 15, hour 16, working for the companies. I've seen you go, when you come to our board meeting, you've gone from two other board meetings, when things were wild in the springtime. I don't think you slept. And I think that there's something to be said about your leadership, the way that you see the portfolio, and the way you create this really incredible ecosystem for those of us in, startup early stage healthcare tech. I mean, one, what drives you? Like, why I'm glad you're doing this for us. I mean, it's incredible to be part of the portfolio, but a little bit of your perspective on like what drives you, because it's more than Red Bull.
Well, yeah, no, thanks, Bree. I appreciate it. I love what I do. I get to work with people like yourself and all the other entrepreneurs out there that truly, truly, truly have the fire in their belly and the passion, and they want to make healthcare better and they want to make it more efficient. And they want to save lives and they want to learn from each other. We all know healthcare, can be better in a million different ways, and it's so complicated. And it's so rewarding though when you do make a piece of it better. But it's not easy, as you know. It's really, really hard too if you're part of a big organization. Like if you're a big healthcare system, you're just trying to, you know, keep the lights on and keep everything moving, let alone try to make something more efficient. So that's where I believe the only real way to do that is to back, founders and startups and entrepreneurs like yourselves that are willing to roll the dice, and take the chance and take the risk, kind of like I did. It's really, really hard. It's really hard. And I didn't have anybody. And thankfully, I made a bunch of mistakes and I learned from those and somehow I got to the other side, right? But
Yeah.
it would have been a lot easier if I would have had someone that could help me avoid a bunch of the mistakes I made. So that's all I want to do. I want to help people like yourself because it takes all of us. It takes a village, it takes connections, it takes relationships, it takes advice, it takes, customers or potential customers that are willing to roll the dice, that believe and want to like help make healthcare better. It takes money and it takes investors willing to risk, their hard-earned money to
Yeah.
invest it in, not only yourself, but in a fund like HealthX. So anyways, it's a crazy world. It's a world I didn't even know existed where venture funds can invest in startups, but it only works when those startups actually, create real companies that create real value that make, something in this whole healthcare ecosystem more efficient.
Well, and you and I have talked about too, yes, health organizations and healthcare, especially with the consolidation. I mean, they are big, steady engines, but there has to be, and we talked about this in my story. I had to go from the big engine at Epic to a startup because it was the only way that I could create a product this fast, that I could, pull together the team that could be so laser focused on software that would work in regards to virtual nursing, the nursing shortage, as a founder and then, managing, this incredible VC fund, you've been able to navigate with healthcare systems, just the necessity of not just going for the big companies, but that true innovation happens at this level. That's part of it for me. I'd love to hear your perspective on, the portfolio companies and just the speed of innovation versus, the larger companies, and kind of the risk versus reward in health systems considering early stage in their tech stack.
Yeah, innovation needs to happen quickly in my mind. And the best way to do it is with startups like yourself, where you're a subject matter expert. You've got some great real world experience from Epic, obviously, in the healthcare system. You saw some things that, were like, why is the industry doing it this way? There's smarter ways to do it. But for whatever reason, that's just how it was. But it makes it easy then when you are nimble and you can actually make those decisions without having to get a bunch of people together, get everybody on board, get a budget approved, right? And do all those things. You can just say, how about this? How about this? How about this? And you've got just a handful of you that can literally like turn on a dime, okay, today we thought it was going to be this, but I just talked to a customer and they actually think this would be better. So I guess we're going to do this. And you got to be flexible and open-minded to like turn on a dime and say, okay, let's do this now instead of that. And that's what's kind of fun, but it's what's needed in order to figure out the path that makes the most sense for a real company.
And that's what I've loved that. Just the agile nature of the talented crew, the dream team that you assemble. It's you get to put together the team of your dreams and to innovate quickly. I think that it's exciting. Do you have any predictions for 2024?
I think 2024, we're going to start coming out on the other side. 2023 was tough. 2022 was tough. I think 2024, we're starting to turn the corner where investors are going to start investing again. I think the market is starting to come back. I think hopefully inflation's under control. Hopefully we don't have too much more random black swan kind of chaos events worldwide, but you never know. So I do think it's actually going to be a good year. I think there'll be a lot of M&A activity. I think the big corporations, there's still a lot of money on the sidelines. People are looking for deals. I think valuation expectations have been lowered by everybody in this, from startups to founders to investors to everyone. So people are more willing to like, well, maybe we should consider it, or maybe we should buy that company, right? Because it would be a good fit and all of our customers could use this innovation, and for this price it might be worth it. So I think people are going to have options. So I think if people have been able to somehow survive until now, I think the future is going to look pretty bright in the next 2 to 3 years.
Exciting. Well, thank you for everything that you do and have been doing, and here we go, 2024.
Yeah, likewise. Thanks for all you do, and pretty excited to see the next few cards that play out for Nurse Disrupted. So
yeah, I am excited for the year. It's time for virtual nursing, and